Hi, welcome to Gramophone Music Studio YouTube channel. This video will be a quick guide to learning ABRSM Grade 5 Theory, Part 3, Keys and Scales. This video will only cover the ABRSM Grade 5 Music Theory syllabus. If you have completed the learning and looking to sharpen your skills on answering the exam questions, check out our video for the breakdown of each question, step by step how to solve the questions and answering tips. You can find a link in the description box. You may refer to our other videos for the technical setup, troubleshooting, exam booking, and requesting refund if you didn't manage to complete the exam due to system issue. All the links will be in the description box as well. The video will be separated into 7 parts according to the exam questions. For Part 1 Rhythm and Part 2 Pitch, you may find the links from the description box. This video will be only on the keys and scales, which is Part 3. Firstly, major and minor scales, which is a very big part in the music theory. The major scale is formed according to this formula, which is the 3rd and 4th note and 7th and 8th note are semitones, and the rest are tones. You can construct a major scale from any note following the formula. Here's an example of C major, and we can see that E, F, the 3rd and 4th note, is a semitone, and B and C, 7th and 8th note, is also a semitone. The rest are tones. A scale has total of 8 notes, and it should start and end on the tonic, which is the first note of the scale. We should follow the key signatures. We can write the scale with or without key signatures. The first example with key signature is written beside the clef, and without key signatures, we write all the accidentals next to the note. As for the minor scale, we have 3 types: the harmonic minor, which we raise the 7th note, both ascending and descending. The melodic minor, we raise 6th and 7th in ascending form and no raised notes in descending. And also we have natural minor, which is not asked in the exam. The natural minor is only according to key signatures without any raised notes. In harmonic minor, we raise the 7th note in both ascending and descending. In the harmonic minor scale, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, 8 are semitones, and the rest are tones except for the 6 and 7 will be an augmented second interval. This is a key feature for harmonic minor. In this example, we see A harmonic minor, which has no key signatures, and we raise the 7th note G to G sharp. In melodic minor, we raise the 6th and 7th in ascending form. The 2, 3, and 7, 8 are semitones, and the rest are tones. In this example, we see E melodic minor ascending. The key signature is F sharp written beside the clef, and we raise the 6th and 7th notes into C sharp and D sharp. As for the melodic minor descending, we don't raise any notes. 2, 3, and 5, 6 are still semitones, and the rest are tones. The melodic minor descending is equivalent to the natural minor, which we only follow the key signatures. In this example, we see E melodic minor descending. The key signature F sharp is written beside the clef, and we don't raise any notes. To write a harmonic minor scale, for step 1, we have to note the key signatures. And step 2, we write down every note in the octave, start and end on tonic, which is the first note. And step 3, we raise the 7th note in both ascending and descending. Natural will be raised to a sharp, and flat is raised to a natural, and sharp will be raised to a double sharp. Why do we need a double sharp in the scale? If you are interested, we'll make another video on the fun facts. In this example, A harmonic minor ascending, there is no key signatures, and we should raise the 7th note G to G sharp. In this next example, C harmonic minor ascending without key signatures, there should be 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat, and the 7th note B flat is raised to a B natural. Another example, G sharp harmonic minor descending with key signatures. The 7th note is F sharp. After raising it, it becomes F double sharp. Now let's talk about the melodic minor. First step also, we should note the key signatures. Step 2, write down the scale, start and end on tonic, which is the first note. For ascending, we should raise the 6th and 7th notes. The natural will be turned into sharp, flat turns into natural, and sharp turns into double sharp. And step 4, for descending, there is no need to raise any notes. In this example, it's E melodic minor ascending with key signatures. The 6th note is a C raised to C sharp, and 7th note D raised to a D sharp. In the next example will be E melodic minor descending with key signatures, and as you can see, we don't raise any notes. Now we see F melodic minor ascending with key signatures. There are 4 flats B, E, A, D flat. The 6th note D flat is raised to D natural, and 7th note E flat raised to E natural. And lastly, D sharp melodic minor ascending without key signatures. We see that the 6th note B is raised to a B sharp, and the 7th note C sharp is raised to a C double sharp. And next, the relationship between the major and minor. Every major has a relative minor and vice versa. They share the same key signatures. The raised notes in the minor key do not count as key signature. From major to minor, the interval will be a minor third below, or the 6th note of the scale, which means we go down 3 notes from the scale. For example, C major's relative minor is A minor. A minor third below C is A, or the 6th note of C major scale is an A. That's how we find the relative minor. Whereas from minor to major, the interval is a minor third above, or the 3rd note of the scale, which means we go up 3 notes from the tonic. For example, G minor's relative major is B flat major. A minor third above G is B flat, and the 3rd note of G minor scale is a B flat. That's how we find out the relative major. Here is the circle of fifths, which consists of total 12 major and minor. You can work out all the major of minor through circle of fifths. Learn how to write this from scratch, and you can use the circle of fifths as reference in the exam. Now I'll share how to construct the circle of fifths from scratch, and also how does the major and minor work, and how to work out the key signatures. First of all, everything starts from C major, which has no sharp and flat. When we go up a fifth, it adds a sharp. C goes up a fifth, we will find a G major. The key signature is F sharp, which you need to remember. G goes up a fifth, we get a D major. The F sharp is copied, and we add another fifth and find the 2nd sharp, C sharp. D goes up a fifth, we'll get A major. The sharps are copied, F sharp and C sharp, and we add another fifth and find the 3rd sharp, G sharp. And A goes up a fifth, we'll get E major. Again, the sharps are copied, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and G goes up a fifth, we'll find the 4th sharp, D sharp. E goes up a fifth is B major. Again, the sharps are copied, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and D goes up a fifth is A, that's our 5th sharp. B goes up a fifth is F, but we say it's F sharp because of the key signature. So we have the same sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and we add another fifth, so that's E sharp. That's all for the sharp keys. And next, we'll go down a fifth to add a flat. C goes down a fifth, we find F major, which has 1 flat, B flat. You have to remember the first flat in order to find the others. F goes down a fifth, we will find a B, but it's B flat according to the key signature. The B flat is copied, and then we go down a fifth and find E flat. The next, B flat go down a fifth, we'll find E flat major, which has 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and E flat go down a fifth, A flat. The next major, E flat goes down a fifth, we'll get A flat major. The flats are copied, B flat, E flat, A flat, and we go down a fifth and find D flat. And A flat goes down a fifth again, D flat major. Again, the flats are copied, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat, which we go down a fifth from D. When we go down a fifth from D flat, we find G flat major, which has B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and go down a fifth, we get C flat. And then G flat major and F sharp major is enharmonic, so the circle is completed. So now we'll see the total of 12 majors and all their key signatures. For the minor key, we'll start with the relative minor of C major, which is A minor. And similarly, we go up a fifth, we'll get E minor, which has 1 sharp, that is the relative minor of G major. And then we go up a fifth from E minor, we'll get B minor, which has 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. And go up another fifth is F sharp minor, as we follow the key signature, which has 3 sharps. Then we go up another fifth, we get C sharp minor, which has 4 sharps. and go another fifth is G sharp minor that has 5 sharps. And finally, go up another fifth is D sharp minor that has 6 sharps. And there we have completed all the sharp keys for minor. For flat keys, we go down a fifth from A minor and we'll get D minor, which has 1 flat. Go down another fifth is G minor, which has 2 flats. And go down another fifth is C minor, which has 3 flats. And then F minor, which has 4 flats. And go down another fifth, it will be a B flat minor as we follow the key signatures, which has 5 flats. And then we go down another fifth, we'll get E flat minor, which has 6 flats. E flat minor is enharmonic to D sharp minor, so it closes the circle. And with that, we have completed the 12 minors. And let's talk about key signatures. The sharp key has to be in this particular order, starting from F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. And the flat key also has to be in this particular order, starting from B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. And here are the key signatures of all 12 majors and minors. They have to be written according to the specific order, and it has to be written at the particular lines or spaces. For tenor clef, the F sharp is written at the second line instead of top space. Here are some sample questions involving the major, minor, and key signatures. You may refer to our video ABRSM Grade 5 Theory Exam Explained for a step-by-step how to solve the questions and answering tips. The video link can be found in the description box. The next part will be technical name. The technical name refers to the particular degree of the scale. The first note is called tonic, second note supertonic, third note median, fourth note subdominant, fifth note dominant, sixth note submedian, and the seventh note leading note. So for example, in C major, C is the first note that's tonic, D is a supertonic, E a median, F subdominant, G dominant, A submedian, B leading note, and lastly is C again, so that's tonic. For the minor key, we follow the harmonic minor, which the seventh note must be raised. So we see that the leading note is always being raised. And these are some sample questions in the exam involving the technical name. Again, you may refer to our video for a step-by-step how to solve the questions and some answering tips. And moving on to the next part, chromatic scale. Chromatic scale is made up of all semitones, and there are 13 notes in total. It can be formed on any note as long as it's all semitones. It must start and end on the same note. Each pitch class is not used more than twice. This is an example of a chromatic scale beginning on B correctly written. Firstly, they have to be made up of all semitones, start and end on the same note. The same pitch class is not used more than twice. Here is a tip. You can draw the piano keyboard on your draft papers to check if the notes are all semitones. And I'll show you how to draw the piano keyboard from scratch. Draw 2 black keys and then lines in between them, and then 3 black keys also line in between them, and followed by another 2 black keys and 3 black keys. And at the end, you can draw a box around them. And there you have a piano keyboard for your reference. Now we'll talk about some errors in the chromatic scale. Error 1, the notes are not semitone. In this example, E sharp and F, they are the same note, which is not semitone. So this chromatic scale is wrongly written. And error 2, the chromatic scale doesn't start and end on the same note. In this case, it starts on A flat and ends on G sharp. Although they are all semitones, this is still considered wrong. Error 3, the same pitch class is used more than twice. As we can see here, the pitch class B is used 3 times. So although they start and end on the same note and they're all semitone, this is still wrongly written. Some sample questions are if the chromatic scale is correctly written, true or false. Here are some learning resources if you need more exercises. From ABRSM Discovering Music Theory, Poco Studios Music Theory for Young Tube Musicians Grade 5, and also ABRSM's Music Theory Practice Papers. The links will be in the description box. We do provide online music theory lessons as well. Contact us at gramophonemusicstudio@gmail.com. Coming soon, we will have part 4, intervals. Make sure to subscribe our channel so you don't miss our future contents. Also, like and comment if this video helps you. And that's the end of the video. See you next time.